This is going to be a passionate one. This is going to be kind of a ramble. This is going to be kind of unstructured. But that's okay because you're here, we're doing the bit. Dude, I genuinely think in the last 6 months of the human existence that the world itself, the zeitgeist, has developed an eating disorder. And it's for a multitude of reasons. I don't think clavicular helped. I think he was actually a huge catalyst in the youth having the eating disorder epidemic, but this goes larger than just like the youth and the loneliness epidemic and the beauty standard. Like, it's more than that. This is a spiritual war, and the way that these people win, the way that the devil wins, in all honesty, is by breaking down your temple to a point where your mind can't really exist in the temple. That's why I think they're pushing Ozempic. That's why I think Clavicular, who's funded by Peter Thiel, is being pushed hella. Because not only is he pushing that you need to get as good looking as possible, which is conflated with looking as skinny as possible within the media, right? He's also pushing the agenda of nonchalantness, and he's basically, he's acting as a monolithic example of the average good-looking guy. Also, he also needs to have like no personality, right? And I'm sorry, I gotta articulate myself a little bit better because I'm very passionate about this topic. As you guys know, I've had history with weight loss. Like, the profile picture of Evil Scuba Diver is me at 330 pounds, my max weight. And I've had a lot of issues with myself and my identity and with the scale, etc. Okay, I'm acquainted with going to bed hungry quite a few times. It's not like the end all be all though. Like, I very much understand that, like, I didn't need to lose the weight. It wasn't something that needed to happen. It was something I wanted to do. Like, I could float around at 330 pounds for the rest of my life. I'd be relatively unhealthy. I'd be obese objectively. People would look at me on the street in a weird way. They were already giving me looks. I call it the glare. All right, dude, I got the glare in high school a lot. The type of look where people look at you straight in the face and they're like offended that you exist. That, I mean, dude, in middle school, I think I got called fat and I got like joked around, and, you know, the nacho bean dip, whatever. I think I got like that done to me more than people actually said my real name. I'm being so real. And that's not like, that's not me being like hyper exaggeratory for the video or whatever. That's legitimately something I've thought about. People probably joked about my weight and did stuff in the vicinity, like representing my identity in terms of my weight more than they represented my identity in terms of my God-given name by my parents. Like, that's legitimately something I had to deal with, but it's not a woe is me thing. I just liked eating food. That's just what happens when you like eating food, and other people like making fun of people who like eating food. It's just it's middle school. You know what I mean? No woe is me shit. But what is woe is me is the society we're living in now, where everybody cares too much. I really hate this clavicular kid. I don't want to say hate. Hate's a strong word. I'm just very disappointed. I'm disappointed because the core of his message is inherently kind of good. It is look good so that you can be treated better by society. Because everybody wants to live a less suffering-inducing life, and society is going to objectively treat you better if you look better. That's a decent message. Where it gets lost in translation is the dead behind the eyes, soulless look, where he's basically conflating good-lookingness with also having no soul. Like, imagine if this guy was like exuberant and jolly, and for a lack of a better word, like jovial and Christ-like, and but also happen to be like Superman good-looking. You know what I mean? Because he is kind of like going for that Superman thing, the curl, whatever, the Henry Cavill, but like younger type of look. Like, you know what he's trying to go for. Imagine if he had the personality of a Clark Kent too. Now that would be like soul expansive. That would be awesome. That would be a message everybody could get behind. Is like somebody who builds themselves up so that they themselves can feel good, so that they can treat other people better. Like, that's what Looks Max, and that's what the black pill should have been. It should have been look good, not so that you can mog everybody in some sort of like hierarchy way, but look good so that you can feel good, so that you can build others up, so that you can bear the brunt of others' suffering, right? If you give yourself sort of a suffering-induced journey of weight loss or whatever, or like getting in the gym, and you're inflicting suffering upon yourself, you're making yourself stronger, you're callousing your soul, so that way you can bear the burden of others. You can be a leader, you can be monolithic with it. Monolithic is such a good word. I think instead of black pill, looks maxing, whatever, we should be monolith maxing, 100%. Instead of focusing on our physical frame, we should be focusing on our mental frame, because that's what's gonna last. Like, that's what permeates out of us. Like, our body is going to decay. When we're 80 years old, when we're on our deathbed, man, we're just gonna have the pictures of our physique. We're gonna have the pictures of how we mogged. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna care. It's gonna be the good old days. But what if we have a spirit that permeates beyond the body? Because if the body decays, then and we're focusing on the body so much, then let's go a layer deeper. What will not decay? Your experience, you as a soul. You're going to be in your body decaying, but you yourself will not decay as a soul. In fact, you'll grow as a soul via the experience. Like, you'll just grow over time with your soul inhabiting your body, with your mind. Unless you get some sort of mind-altering disease like Alzheimer's or something, which is low-key one of my greatest fears. That keeps me up at night. The idea that, like, I would catch a disease that actually limits my brain faculty, because that's like that's the mothership. You know what I mean? That controls everything. That controls your experience, your connections, your reality. How it's like, it is genuinely a lot. But I think about this type of thing, like, we're spending so much time actualizing our bodies, they're going to decay. We're not going to be here in 100 years. They're going to decay like in 2 years. In 2 years, your body could look completely different. Your body can look completely different in 2 weeks, you know? Think about 2 years. Like, why are we putting so much emphasis on this? I think we should be putting emphasis on the thing that underlies the body, which is the soul. Because if you put emphasis on the underlying soul, then you're good forever. When you're 80 on your deathbed, you can still be jovial with a smile. You know, the same way you'd be jovial with a smile when you're in the gym and you're mogging. You know what I mean? It's like, that is what we need. And that permeation of the soul through the body, that's why we have a body in the first place. You know? People forget, like, the reason you want to look good is so that you can feel good. And why do you want to feel good? It's because your soul wants to feel good. You don't want to be self-conscious. You don't want to have all these issues stack up on yourself. You know what I mean? And that's for the soul. That's not for your body. You're not doing cardio. You're not, like, limiting your calories and stuff for your body. I mean, you are, but the reason you're doing that is so that it can affect your body, so that it can affect your soul. It can affect your mind, right? When you look in the mirror and you're leaner, that's a dopamine hit for your mind, which not only it makes you feel better about yourself, more confident in your soul, but it expands your soul because of the discipline it took to get there, right? So this whole looks maxing thing, it's all backwards. We're focusing on the looks, but really it was never about the looks. It was about the mind. It was about how you felt about yourself. Think about all the jolly people out there who are like 250 pounds, like your fat uncle at Thanksgiving. I don't say fat uncle like derogatory. I just mean that as an adjective. Fat, we've made it derogatory. We've made fat derogatory, to be honest. That's what the society has done. The word fat, the adjective fat, has become derogatory because we conflate it with so much negative aura. It's like, no, your fat uncle at Thanksgiving is more happy than you are, man. Take a lesson from him. You know what I mean? I'm not going to beat around the, oh, your chunky uncle, your hefty, your uncle's fat, and that's awesome, okay? Fat is a good adjective. Let's bring it back. Like, who cares? That's the thing, we've made it derogatory. But, like, think of Santa on Ozempic, right? Not exactly the same spirit. Think of Jack Black on Ozempic. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Let's even take this a step further. Imagine Tom Segura on Ozempic. Don't really have to think too hard about that one, right? Because he did lose the weight, not on Ozempic. He did it naturally. That's cool. Thumbs up. But he lost his wife. He lost the weight and he lost his wife. Why? Because he lost his spirit. He lost his jovial energy. In all honesty, what that teaches us is that weight loss is kind of like going into a casino and trying to make it out with $1 million, but not lose your whole house in the process, right? Because you can go to a casino and win big, but do you have the discipline to walk out when you get what you need? Can you lose the weight but keep your spirit? Can you lose the weight but keep what made you you? You know, when you look in the mirror, do you still see you? That's really the big question. A lot of people out there, they're operating from a need baseline, so they need to lose the weight so they can feel like themselves. And really, you should feel like yourselves, and you get to lose the weight now. You know what I mean? You're already perfect. You just get to become perfecter in your own head. Like, nobody out here has the idea of yourself that you have in your head, right? You have an idea of yourself maybe 20 pounds skinnier. Okay, you get to do that. You get to actualize that. But nobody else in their head is thinking, that guy needs to be 20 pounds skinnier and he hasn't locked in this last month and he's not on his program and his diet hasn't been as locked as it should have been. Why is he standing in front of me right now? Who does he think he is existing in this state? That's not something that anybody thinks. People are too worried about themselves, low key. And it's kind of a blessing and a curse. Blessing because everybody's thinking about themselves. So you get to just think about yourself and also don't care as much, right? Don't care as much because other people aren't caring that much. But it's also kind of a curse because it's like everybody's thinking about themselves. So nobody's thinking about other people in the right way. But everybody's thinking about how they're being perceived. If you can flip that and you can like polarity, like a magnet with a plus and a minus, like a North Pole, South Pole, if you can take that narcissism and shift it to where now you're thinking about how you're being perceived in a different direction. Not, oh, everybody's thinking of me this way, but like everybody could be thinking of me as this. And I get to actualize that for them. Like, I don't even know if I'm articulating myself in the correct way here. But like a narcissist is a negative trait. But what about a narcissist who cares about being the best version of himself? Like really hella a lot, you know? Not somebody who thinks I'm the shit, but like I get to be the shit, you know? Like I really want to so I can help other people. And that's all they think about. That's inherently kind of a narcissistic quality because you're thinking about yourself. Like, I get to actualize. I get to be the person to help other people. I get to turn myself into an angelic creature in my soul. That's inherently kind of narcissistic, but it's way better than being like, look at me. You know what I mean? Look at me doing my thing, you know? Because that only serves you at the end of the day, and you are going to decay. You're not going to be around for long, you know? But what you do, your works, what you put into the world, the energy you feed other people, that love, that keeps going. That permeates. There's a reason why sex is the thing that keeps the universe going. It's an act of love. You're giving somebody something and they're transmuting it into baby. And that becomes like you're literally making a love creature. You're making a love potion in somebody's love stomach. Think about that. But not too hard, okay? That is insane. Like that is legitimately the power of the universe, the power of love, the power of unconditional love is that it creates life. Like love creates life. Think about that. That's why God is all love, all good, right? He creates life. Clavicular is death. Because when you're operating from a basis of love, you're accepting. Love is acceptance. Love is, I enjoy you right now. This zeitgeist we've been in for the last 6 months has been like, I don't accept, and I actually want to strive against because I hate this and I want to be something more. And it's cool to be ambitious, but when you operate from the need mindset of ambition, that can become decrepit really quick. Dude, I've been 330 pounds. I've zigged, I've zagged. I've lost 110 pounds. I've gained 40 back. I gained like 50 pounds last summer. I was in the gym. I was trying to do a bulk, but I took it a little bit too dirty, right? We learned our lesson, though. We shaved it off again, and now we're back here, and we're happy. We're happy. We're appreciative. I needed that zigzag, though, to teach me how to be appreciative, because I was kind of lost in the sauce of like, oh, I did it. I lost the weight. Ha, ha, ha. Nothing can go wrong. No, you got to be appreciative, and you got to still hold yourself accountable, dude, because you can zag, you know what I mean, just as easily as you zig. That's what really that taught me. Having to do it again to a lesser extent, instead of losing 110 pounds, I had to lose like 45, 50. Like that, what that really taught me was that like it's constant. You have to have a constant cross to carry. And the only way that you don't suffer too hard carrying this cross the whole time is just endless appreciation for where you are right now. Like, thank the Lord that you are where you are right now, and you get to take more steps in the future. Like, every step you've put in throughout every day in your past has been informative for who you are now. And who you are now is technically, logically speaking, not even hypothetically, not subjectively, but logically speaking, it's the best version of yourself you've ever been, because you have every other day of information to pull from that you've ever lived in your life. You have all the experience under your belt, and you have the increased awareness and the increased knowledge of all those experiences as well. So legitimately, in every moment, you are better than your last. It doesn't like the pound, the scale doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. It's your soul, and your soul is unconditional love. And unconditional love is just the fact that, like, in every moment you are perfect, and you're becoming perfecter with every experience, because you're learning. And if you exist from a state of appreciation, then you can tap into that. But if you're existing in a state of disappreciation, you want something, you need something. I need to lose the weight, I need to clavicular max. Then you've already lost, because you're not appreciating life in the present moment, and all there is present moments. That's really what it's all about. Present moment. That's present moment simulators. That's all I want to talk about, because I don't know. Ariana Grande slipped into like the whole Ozempic thing and the eating disorder thing, and it just got me really thinking. Like, man, like even people in places of influence who should have monolith confidence in themselves, even they can be malleable. Even they can be like molded by the idea of the opinion of others. Not even the opinion of others, but the idea of the opinion of others. That is so sad. That's so sad, because I've been there before. I've been there before, man. And I just feel the need to scream from the rooftops, it's not real. It's not real. Like, oh my God. Like, everybody gives you the benefit of the doubt. Everybody gives you the benefit of the doubt compared to how you're thinking of yourself in your head, man. Oh, the universe is infinite love and grace, all right? Nobody's looking at you like you're not where you're supposed to be. Everybody's actually ecstatic you are who you are in the moment. If you are ecstatic to be yourself, you have to be ecstatic to be yourself. Then the energy just permeates off you. It's like a campfire. A campfire doesn't become hot only when people are around. A campfire is hot all the time, you know? Just a few thoughts. That's the Evil Scuba Yap for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging the bit. I'll see you in my head with whatever thoughts I have next, right? That's the idea. All right, goodbye. Love you.